Hello, and welcome to Morocco World News GITEX Global podcast series. My name is Megan McDonald, and today we are thrilled to connect with Lara Varjabedian, a co-founder and CEO of UBQT, an innovative social networking platform that uses AI to enable person-to-person networking, ensuring lasting and sustainable, genuine career connections. UBQT is an official community partner of GITEX Global 2025 this year in Dubai, where Lara is joining us from today. Laura, great to have you.
Thank you so much, Megan. Thanks for hosting me.
Of course. So, before we talk a little bit about the exciting partnership between UBQT and GITEX, I want to first start off talking a little bit about you and your vision to start off about where UBQT came from. What are its roots?
Sure. So, I was born in Beirut. I'm originally Armenian. I grew up in Algeria. I've been living in Brussels, Hong Kong, a bit in the US, in London, many places in the world. And so back in 2014, had this idea when I was very much lonely during a business trip that thinking, I'm here alone and there must be someone around me that I know, either someone from my professional network or someone from my personal network, but I have no idea. And coming back after all this fast forward arriving in Dubai, I reconnected with an old friend of mine. We both didn't know that we were living in the same city for a year. And we just knew that by complete chance when he was in Brussels in the car with a friend saying, "So, are you spending a lot of time with Lara in Dubai?" And he's like, "What? Lara is in Dubai?" And we had no clue. So when we met, he told me that he had also a similar idea for some time. And we decided to bring this all together and create what is now Ubiquity.
Incredible. And so, along those lines, I mean, what I'm hearing now is ubiquity is all about fortuitous chances and making it so that we don't miss important connections. So in this way, in a world where social networking apps, the world of that is very saturated. And how does ubiquity stand out?
Sure. So you see, social media is now, I would say, pretty much just media. And I think this is what is more and more disconnecting us. And also we use a lot WhatsApp, and especially here in the region, by the way, we use a lot of WhatsApp, and when you look at it, it's just about chatting, people sending you, "Hey, we should catch up soon." The answer is like, "Yes, we should," but then how do we get to the action of actually catching up in person? And also, when you think about the WhatsApp communities, like the groups, they're very much often muted because there's a lot of chat going on, and so it ends up to be very noisy. So what we have decided with Ubiquity is to be very strong about being away from the noise. So no media, no chats, and the only purpose is to make sure that we don't miss to catch up in person whenever we have the opportunity, whenever we are in the same city, at the same conference, or even in the same simply area.
So I'm hearing this is definitely shying away from, sending over a LinkedIn message and then it's put on red for hours to days to weeks on end. So we're really, really focusing on in-person connections.
Exactly. And we're also using AI to streamline those connections. So we suggest, recommend the right person to meet, schedule the catch-ups in calendars, and we also adapt to location preferences, which is very much different than any of the other, social media we've mentioned.
Yeah, so I would love for you to expand a little bit more on that. So Ubiquity does use AI. How exactly does that work within your channel? And then also, have you always been using AI? How has this technology evolved within Ubiquity?
Sure. So when we started in January 2024, it was with our MVP, and we sent it out, made some noise, and we've been lucky to have quite a lot of support from our network and friends of friends and professional network. And when we started very after, like in February, we worked on the community feature because we realized that what we need is someone to be connected to their meaningful connections, which are usually within certain type of communities. So it can be either same interest, here we're talking about tech or AI, or it can be alumni groups such as like university alumni, corporate alumni. So for instance, I'm an ex-Microsoft, I'm an ex-Google, and be connected in this way with all your different circles. So we created those community features, and then we've added this year AI, where we decided that we wanted to make it easy for people to have those catch-ups scheduled and also recommend to bring people on top of mind. So that's why we say we use AI to nurture real life connections at scale, because we recommend a person to meet, when to meet, date and time, and where to meet. So you don't have to make the process yourself of saying, of thinking about when or what would be a good location. And we're evolving a lot our AI engine to make it to also learn from the user. So for instance, I have my favorite places in Dubai, but also maybe you and I, Megan, we like very much to meet in a specific cafe because it's convenient for both of us. And over time, also Ubiquity gets to know that. So maybe our next catch up, Ubiquity is going to suggest to meet potentially in the same place or in another one. So really like helping finding those little things that sometimes we take so much time to decide. Like someone sends you a message, says to you, let's catch up. You're like, oh yeah, sure, let me see my agenda. And then you forget, you do something else. Another 15 WhatsApp messages arrive on top. You forgot to come back to that person. The week after, you send, hey, we definitely need to catch up. It's like, yes, we should. And you still don't have a date, a time, and a place. So this is unfortunately our life nowadays, and even more, in a city like Dubai, where things go so fast, where we're all so busy, where there is always something to do. And so, yeah, it's really helping everyone to not miss the opportunity, but also to make it easier once the opportunity comes in to set up this into calendars.
I love that. So convenient. So let's shift a little bit to Dubai. There are around 200,000 people flocking to Dubai right now. Entrepreneurs, startup investors, tech enthusiasts, investors spread across GITEX Global. What exactly is Ubiquity's role at GITEX this year, and how can participants this year use your technology to connect?
Sure. So we are a community partner. We're also an ecosystem partner. We have been working with GITEX already since last year. We've also worked with them at GITEX Europe. So it's really a relationship that is, I would say, growing. And we're now starting a cross-event collaboration. First one being Dubai coming up next week. And the way we're helping is that we have a community, a GITEX community on Ubiquity. And every single person that gets on that community can catch up in person, but also in a social way. So you can say, hey, catch me at this cafe right after the conference, or at this satellite event, or at this booth. And so people can kind of stay in sync. But also the most beautiful thing about it is that beyond supporting during the event, is that we keep people connected even after the event. So imagine all those 200,000 people coming from all over the world. And then after next week, they're all going to go back home. And you have absolutely no clue that if you're maybe living in Singapore, that you had a number of other people living in Singapore as well, and that you could actually reconnect once you are back home, but also not only staying connected to the people coming from the same city than you, but also like people that are traveling after that. So let's say a month later, I'm traveling to London or Riyadh or Singapore or New York, and I can reconnect with people from GITEX that I didn't have the chance to meet during the event, because how can you possibly have a conversation with 200,000 people,
Possible.
even in a week time? It's impossible. So there is a lot of missed connections that could eventually create amazing business opportunities and create magic. So what we're doing is that we're using Ubiquiti to create that magic.
Incredible. So, I'm trying to think if I'm in the shoes of looking on GITEX floor and I'm looking using Ubiquiti to connect with people at GITEX and I want to connect with people after GITEX. Something that might come to my mind is how can I ensure that this is safe for me to use outside of the bubble of GITEX? So, along those ways, how can you ensure your users the safety when using your app? And at an age when cyber attacks are definitely on the rise, what do you use to protect yourself?
Sure. So we take data security and privacy very seriously. We are a very closed network and private network by essence. There is a lot of things we have decided to stay away from, like for instance, having a map or whatever a user is sharing, they share it only if they want to and the people they want to. Like for instance, if I add a trip, I can decide who I'm sharing this to. So there is this first area of privacy where people decide exactly what they want to share, when they want to share, but also simply about the data security and privacy we're putting in place. So we're following like standards of GDPR, for instance, to make sure that we're processing the data in the right way, securing the data in the right way, and also have all our tech built for that. But also, we're not sharing data to any third parties. Ubiquity is not about bombarding you with ads or anything like that. So everything stays safe and secure within our technology. And finally, we also are very lucky to be part of Microsoft for Startups AI for Impact. And we're also using this opportunity to get them to review, our standards, our whatever we have put in place, and get their feedback and expertise on that as well.
Great. So it sounds like you guys are also going to be using GITEX as a opportunity to kind of further understand how to grow Ubiquity and to help certain tech connections in order to ameliorate the app as it is. Is this correct?
I mean, the app is like in constant evolution. We just, for instance, launch notifications on WhatsApp. So, for instance, whenever you receive a catch-up request, you want to make sure that someone doesn't miss it. And and sometimes people put notifications off, but it's a pity because with Ubiquiti, meeting a catch-up request is not just like missing like a random message or anything like that. So we have decided that for the most important type of notification, which is, for instance, community catch-ups, in-person one-to-one catch-ups, and so on, you receive this via WhatsApp. And we have a very busy pipeline, a roadmap, I would say, for products. And yeah, obviously having people, being able to use a platform like GITEX to connect and reconnect people in real life for us is a great opportunity because this is really our ethos, it's our purpose. We're about human connections, in a very overwhelmed digital world and soon AI world that's going to be disconnecting us further. So we're really hoping that everybody's going to enjoy and beyond events stay connected. If I can give like just something that happened when I was at GITEX in Europe and I was passing by different booth and I said, hey, join the community on GITEX, and it was the last day and the person said, oh no, but what's the point? I was explaining to his colleague, like, this is going to keep you connected beyond the event. Like, you're going to stay connected with all those people after the event. And then the colleague was like, but what's the point, like the event is over. And he's like, but no, no, you don't understand. This is helping us to stay connected beyond the event. So they were very excited about this, and I really much liked it. And yeah, so you see, we're hoping that people are going to appreciate it and be able to reconnect anywhere in the world after that. And also use it to understand who's going to the next GITEX, because a lot of people that are part of Dubai are maybe going to be then at, another like AI everything in Abu Dhabi, or they're going to be in Cairo, or in Berlin again next year. So this really allows them to know, oh, that person is going to be now in Berlin, so I can catch up with that person. So that's like something as well. We're hoping that that people are going to enjoy this continuity, I would say. And yeah, and we're excited to have the support of GITEX. They know Ubiquity, and we have a great partnership with them, great relationship, and yeah, hopefully everyone will get to join the community and stay connected.
Incredible. So this is not, as you've been talking about, you've had this long-standing partnership with GITEX. This is not your first GITEX. But what exactly are you looking forward to this GITEX, these next few days, with Ubiquity? What exactly are you looking forward to this time around for 2025?
Sure. So what we would love, obviously, is that the more people we have joining the community, the more value, right? And this is really, I think, something is that is going to grow over time. But getting, people joining those communities, getting them to interact, getting them to use the app to say, catch me here, I'm going to be at this satellite event. There's so many things happening, not only during the day, but on top of that, there are like two locations as well. And there is also so many companies that are organizing their own events, some founders events, some investors events, and everybody's going to be spread all around Dubai in the evenings. So this is also an opportunity to stay in touch and not feel lonely. Imagine for people that are coming from abroad and they don't necessarily have people they know here in Dubai, and they were having maybe a very list of people they or companies they wanted to talk to, and then the evening comes and they have really nothing really planned. So this is also for them an opportunity to kind of mingle with other people from the community, joining in different events and so on. So for everyone that wants to stay connected in real life during GITEX and beyond, please join the community. Here you have a QR code. You can sign up. It's going to be one-time process. Once you're in, Ubiquity is an app that you can keep beyond the event, but also beyond GITEX. You can invite your friends, your professional network, everyone. This is what we call Ubiquity, is to be really agnostic to any type of purposes in your life that is related to human connections.
So for people at GITEX Global this week, where can they find you guys if they want to meet with you in person?
Sure. So one place is at the Atherplus booth, which is the booth backed by MAN, the Authority of Social Contribution. We're going to be there the day where the theme is community, which we are very proud of. And so this is one place where you can find us, but you can also catch me at GITEX Global using Ubiquity.
Incredible. Thank you so much for being on the show today, Laura. It was incredible talking to you. Looking forward to all of the upcoming updates about how Ubiquity will be interacting with users on the floor in GITEX, and just wishing you the best of luck for this week and the best of luck for all of what you have to come.
Thank you so much, Megan. It was really a pleasure. I love the energy. I appreciate very much the time and all the love that people like you are giving to Ubiquity, because we really need it. It's not something that we can achieve on our own. It's really, I would say, a common purpose from everyone to bring something to the world where people can be more connected in person. So yeah, we're very much thank you for supporting our purpose. And yeah, I hope to see you soon.
Bye. And that's a wrap for our GITEX Global podcast series. If you were on the GITEX floor this week, be sure to scan the QR code of Ubiquity to make connections in person and afterwards. And in addition, keep a close look on our Morocco World News Instagram and our pages in order to have all the updates on GITEX Global 2025.